Shalom Israelite, this is your brother Ben Sadek coming to you from beautiful Miami Gardens, Florida. And today I'm going to make a very short video entitled The Police. Okay, there's a lot of controversy out there about the police. But before I start, let me make this disclaimer. I'm not an attorney nor a lawyer. I do not offer or give any type of legal advice. If you ever at any time need legal advice, get yourself a competent attorney if you can find one. All right? With that, let's begin. The police. Many times, many times, we have seen in police departments or on police cars statements like to protect and serve, or we protect and serve. Now, many times people, including myself, automatically think that statement is referring to the people, to protect and serve the people. Makes sense. But you have a surprise coming. That protect and serve is not for the people. Notice it does not say who they protect and serve. It just said to protect and serve. To protect and serve who or what? Well, you're going to find out in a minute. First of all, the word police comes from the word policy. Police, P-O-L-I-C-E, policy, P-O-L-I-C-Y. The only difference is the E at the end and the Y. Okay? Why? Because police comes from the word policy. The word policy is just a code word in layman's term that means interest. So, for example, when you hear the term government or public policy, public means government, policy means interest. So, public policy means government interest. So, the police are there to enforce the interests of whomsoever they're working for. Let's give an example. Police departments, they normally work for cities, township, boroughs, etc. Okay, these are all corporations that are incorporated at any time. Your city, your county, your boroughs, and all of them are incorporated at a certain time. Now, just like any incorporation or any major corporation, they have different departments. Let's use Walmart as an example. Walmart have its produce department. It has its automotive department. It have its gardening department, etc. But they are all under the same umbrella of Walmart. The same thing with the cities and the borough and the township, etc. The city, for example, it have its public works department. It have its fire department. It have its police department, parks and recreation department. These are all different departments for this corporation, whether it's the city, the borough, the township, whatever. Now, let's focus on one of these departments, the police department. It's a department of whatever county, district, whatever it works for. The police department is working for that department, for that corporation. Now, by them working for that corporation, they have to enforce what is known as bylaws. Bylaws are the city code, statutes, ordinances, etc., rules, regulations. These are not laws, they are bylaws. A bylaw is made by a corporation or a society, and the society or corporations are the only ones who can enforce those bylaws. For example, the city have its ordinances, its codes, its regulations. So the police department are set to enforce those bylaws. Okay? And this is where it gets interesting. A lot of people think that the police is there to protect them. No, there are actually several case laws by the High Court, even the United States Supreme Court, that rule that the police job is not to protect the citizen. When we say police, we also it also include law enforcement. They say law enforcement job is not to protect the citizen. I have two right in front of me, two famous ones, and anybody could look at them up. One of them is known as Castle Rock versus Gonzales, and the other one is DeShaney versus Winnebago County. Okay, this one was in 1989, and the Castle Rock versus Gonzales was in 2005. There are many more. You could Google them. But all these case laws, the Supreme Court and the High Court states that the police or law enforcement does not have any lawful or legal duty to protect the citizens. Okay? Believe me. The first time I found that out, I was shocked. Okay? And one of these cases, for example, in one of these case laws, I think it's DeShaney versus Winnebago County, and you'll see when you read through it, there was an incident where they sued at the county, the police did not respond, and blah blah blah. And in the end, the courts ruled that the police didn't have any right, they didn't have any legal obligation to do that. They do not have any legal obligation to help the citizens. Okay, now we get benefits from them being there at times. For example, one of the things all corporations like, they like to have peace. They have to have peace because peace is a must. Peace and order is a must when you're conducting business. Okay, that's why police are also called peace officers. They're supposed to maintain the peace, not because they care about us, the people, but because it's good for business. Okay, look up these case laws. You will be shocked when you read them. This is what the High Court says. So, if two people are fighting or whatever, the police will get involved. Why? Not because they care, but because it's bad business for the city. Okay? Like I said, one of these case laws, this lady, she had a restraining order upon her boyfriend, and he came there. She called the police. They didn't respond in time. Long story short, the boyfriend, he took three of the lady's children, and he went and he killed them. And in the end, she ended up suing the police. It went all the way to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court stated that the police had no obligation to protect them. No obligation. People, if you didn't know this before, go research it. You will be shocked. Okay, so, and when I make this video, I'm not knocking the police because I have a lot of friends who are police. Most police officers, 99%, are decent people who's just doing a job to take care of their family. But just like in every profession, you have corrupt ones, you have good and bad. The thing I blame the decent one for, or the hardworking decent ones for, is when they see the bad ones doing wrong, they keep quiet. No, take a stand, because it's going to affect you too. Because people start to put all of you in the same category, which I know it's not true. Most officers are decent people, okay? Just like most judges are decent people. However, you have the bad ones out there too. The same thing across the line. Soldiers are the same thing. Auto mechanic. In a profession, you're going to have most of them doing decent work, but then you're going to have some bad ones. And sometimes the bad ones make it horrible for the good ones, if you know what I'm saying. So until then, you could leave your comments at the bottom. And like I say, we study their words of heart. We look at their deception and their tricks. And just keep praying, and our redemption right now in our Messiah. Shalom.